What's up, everybody? It's Noon here, back with some more Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy Draft. I am currently house and dog sitting, which is delightful, but it means that I don't currently have a webcam situation, so it's just going to be my dulcet tones. There have been some other tech issues though as well, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully the video just works out fine and it's all Gucci, but let's see what we have here. So unfortunately our rare is basically unplayable, the Genji Glove. There is a Fang, totally solid. Not amazing, but totally solid. Ultros, ditto, I would say totally solid. I think I just want to first pick the Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. It's just really good blue removal. Sagiot is totally okay. Maybe totally okay is a bit strong. There's not much green here. Could take the Fat Chocobo, try and cut green going to our left, but I'm told that giving signals is less important than reading signals, which makes sense to me. I'm kind of tempted to take the Ultros, but I think the removal is just better. It goes in more decks, and it's just more important. Ultros is just fine. Ooh. Oh. Now here I like the Sazh's Chocobo. There is a Sleep Magic, which is totally fine removal, but I just really like the Sazh's Chocobo. It's a lot of fun. As I said, we just passed a pack without much green. Here is a pack without much green. So we could be sending a good message on that front. As I say, it's more important to read the messages, but yeah, let's take the Sazh's. It does look like the person on our right might be taking green. The Demon Wall is really solid. I think I just like the Ambrosia Whiteheart here, or maybe the Sahagin. Sahagin is just a win con by itself, whereas Ambrosia is just solid value. I guess I like the slightly more on-color take. I'd say it's between these two for best card in the pack. Demon Wall probably close behind. I've been past a lot of solid black cards. We could consider trying to take black, but I think I just like taking the Sahagin here. Goes well with the Stuck, sort of. They're both blue. I didn't have any particular synergy. The Ambrosia Whiteheart has sort of non-synergy with the Sazh's. Not that we need to be thinking about it in that terms. I think it's just the right thing to do to take the best card in the pack, and I think it might be the Sahagin, or at least the Sahagin is like a reasonable possibility for best card in the pack. Now, we're really not committed to blue or green at all here. That said, I'm going to put the Sazh's Chocobo on the deck box. Hey, what happened? I just put the Sazh's Chocobo on that deck box. Yeah. Wow, that's terrible, awful bug that the Sazh's Chocobo is not on the deck box. Someone make a bug report this instant. This needs to be fixed. Okay. And not much green here. So Queequeg Merchant is okay. Not a very exciting pick. These have all been moderately weak packs, I would say. I don't like this side quest, or this side quest really. They're both kind of weak. Could take the Poo Poo in the hope of getting some like towns business going. The Bhed Salvagers is actually really nice as well. It goes really well in a lot of black decks, and it's just a good body. And like blue-black could go nicely, like we might not end up playing the Sazh's. Yeah, I think I like taking the Bhed here. As I said, we saw a bit of black being passed from our right, so I think that's fairly reasonable. Now, here there is the Cornered by Black Mages, which notably goes badly with the Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. There's also the Chocobo Kick, which I think I will take here. Again, we're just taking the best card in the pack, which, I mean, maybe Magitech Armor is better than Chocobo Kick. Probably not, though. I think the removal's just really solid. This does play very nicely with the Sazh's Chocobo. Yeah, I think it's just a good card. Here, this is a very, very, very late suplex. Very, very late suplex. Pick 6. Why has no one taken it the whole way around the table, basically? We haven't been seeing a lot of busted red cards, but it's pretty hard to ignore. Could just take the Crossroads Village, but I think that's like not a big deal to miss out on, whereas if red is open and we a -1 suplex, I think that is a big deal. This looks like it's the Phantom train there that this guy is suplexing. Yeah, as I've said before, I'm not up on the Final Fantasy lore. Yeah, this looks like it could be the start to a reasonable Teamer deck. The Sahagins a little out of place in the Teamer deck. It's more about the landfall kind of thing, but let's see what we get. Here, the Chocobo racetrack looks pretty solid. This could also be a Prima Vista situation, but I don't think we want to pick that up very high. Combat Tutorial, very, very good card. Airship Crash, extremely playable in this format. It's like almost a removal spell. Gets rid of the Chocobo racetrack, for example. And this is a more than 4 mana spell for the Sahagin, not that we need to be prioritizing that super high. I would like the Combat Tutorial, but the Chocobo racetrack is just a little bit harder to come by. Here, Tapland versus World Map, I'd say is close. Don't think we're looking for a Cactuar here. Let's just take the Tapland. Looks pretty on color. And the fat Chocobo on the wheel is actually really nice. That means that basically no one's taken green. There must have just been like no green cards opened here, basically. I'm not sure what I want to take here. None of these are very exciting. I think I'm going to take the Adventurers in. And here, maybe I don't think we're playing Hectize. Let's take the world map. I mean, we're getting a lot of these like mediocre black cards. I guess I'll take them. Okay. Now, this is a pack. I would like to take this whole pack, please. So, Realm Sketching is busted. Reach the Horizon is quite nice. Rydia is really, really good. Prisha's Wandering is great. Combat Tutorial is great. I think I just want to take the Realm Sketching here. I think this card is really good. Looks like we may not be playing this Suplex, though we could definitely end up with the fixing for it. I guess we're not really that blue. So maybe I'm supposed to take the Rydia here, or the Prishas. Yeah, I guess let's take the Rydia. It's a little harder to replace than the Prishas, I guess. Another Sazh's Chocobo. Yep. Notably, it is not legendary. Now, this Golbez Crystal Collector is not really that good, as far as I can tell, because blue-black is not really the artifact colors. And it takes a long time to get going. Like, this is a 2-mana 1/4, and you have to get 8 or more artifacts. Yeah, that's a constructed card. But a second Sazh's Chocobo is very cool here. Ooh. 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 I mean, do I take the Ject and, like, go into green-black? I think that might be the call, honestly. Yeah, let's do it. Probably won't play the Kutrib anyway, but another Sazh's Chocobo, but I think I need to take the Vane's Treachery here. Take any of these, but the Vane's Treachery is really solid. I mean, the Dragoon's Wyvern is also really good here, but I'm pretty happy with that. And here, do I want the Seath or the Black Mage's Rod, or the Lionheart, honestly? Or the Crossroads Village? They're all pretty playable. Or the Vector if I want to splash Rydia and Suplex. Don't think I'm going to be short on playables, so let's do that. What's good here? Not much. Geisel Greens, I suppose. Goes quite nicely in that black-green, like, graveyard self-mill kind of situation. Let's see, if we're getting rid of these, possibly playing these, probably not playing the Adventurers in, probably not playing the Guado Salam. I mean, that's looking pretty solid. Now another Chocobo kick. Yep, it's looking pretty solid. Jex is just a very good card. 4/3 Menace. flips into a 7/7 menace that is card advantage, and they sack 2 creatures. Just really good. Like, worst case scenario, it's a 4-mana 4/3 menace that they have to use a removal spell on. Yeah. You see it come down, you're like, I would prefer they hadn't played that card, you know? More Geisel Green's not really where we want to be, but I don't think we want more Kutrub Forayers. Like, I'd rather not play the first one. Oh, Precious Wandering on the Wheel is crazy. This is such a good card. And it's perfect in our deck as well. Like, this is exactly the kind of card that we want. I guess I'm pretty happy with the Dire Rat. Totally playable too. And I think I'm taking the Lock Coal here. Like, I'm kind of torn between do we splash Rydia and Suplex, or do we splash Lock Coal and Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. Doubt we're going to be splashing the Sahagin. I don't think it's quite good enough for that. But yeah, we have options here. I mean, we could even not splash either if we do well enough. Now here I think I'd rather the first Tonberry than the third Geisel Greens. Not sure that's right. I haven't actually cast Tonberry, I'm pretty sure. It's just okay. Obviously you'd much rather play the Sazhes on 1. Or maybe you play the Tonberry on 1, and then you play... No, because it's green. I was going to say you play the Chocobo on 2 and then play the second land. Then maybe it's green, black tap land on 1, 2 you play the Chocobo, and then a swamp and the Tonberry. Maybe that's the ideal ordering. Obviously this is getting deep in the weeds and is of no interest to anyone whatsoever, but you know, it's what you get when you listen to me ramble into a microphone. Don't think I'm going to be playing the Commune ideally. Stolen Uniform is basically unplayable. And here I'm just slamming this Overkill premium removal spell. Just incredible. I would definitely play the Xenarkand. I would definitely play the Lionheart. I would consider putting these in and kind of going a like Sultai situation if I get both of those. Gilgamesh is cool, but I'm never taking him here. Double red, yeah. But the Overkill makes the deck every single day of the week. And here, Balam T-Rexor maybe? Blitzball would also be fine. Take another Suplex potentially. I don't think we're doing that. Malbro, plausibly, though that tends to go fairly late in my experience. I think the Balam T-Rexor is just really good here. Another Chocobo kick is great. Or maybe the Shinra Reinforcements is better. How many kicks do we have? We've already got 2. Our removal's looking pretty solid, honestly. I think I just need more playables. I'm never going to be short on playables, though. Let's take the Shinra Reinforcements. We would love something like a Fight On or that other thing. It's just infinite suplexes. Gubu Gardener. Maybe I'd take the Omega. And go for a 3-color situation. I do need to pick up more lands, if that's the case. It's also just infinite suplexes going around. Nah, look, let's take the Gubu. We might end up wheeling the Omega because people are pretty low on it. And the Gubu was just a solid card. Notably, we've only got the Pressures for landfall. Kind of the world map and the Balam, I guess. So I guess we are playing these. We want to take the Elixir here. If we can get it out, it's just a really nice way to deal with mill. Not that we have that much self-mill, right? We've only got the Shinra Reinforcements. So maybe it's not that important, but I guess I'm only otherwise taking the Grand Pulse. Guess let's take the Grand Pulse. Here we've got the Quinoa. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 ways of making tokens. May or may not end up playing that. Here, Gigantode versus Dire-Rat. I guess I like the Gigantode a bit better. We already have 1 rat, though our top end is pretty solid. Let's take the rat. Actually, the rat also makes a token. It doesn't have to be a creature token, which is funny. Ooh, Gladiolus is a really nice pickup here, though. Then are we splashing red over the Lock Coal? I'd really like this Gone, or the Ultimecia, honestly. Let's take the Ultimecia, which actually makes me wish that I'd taken that, what's it called? The Elixir. Just infinite Gigantodes here. Probably will not play the Ether. Might play the Limit Break. I don't know. I literally don't know if it's possible for us to wheel that Elixir. But we'll see. Okay. So unfortunately, our 2 best cards are on the blue splash here. Guess we can probably get rid of the Stuck. I think we don't have enough landfall for that. Guess the Gigantode is pretty replaceable. And we don't actually have anything that benefits from the graveyard, so let's get rid of the Shinra. Alright. Looks like just green-black good stuff with a light blue splash for strong boys. Would I rather get rid of the Ultimecia? Nah, I think this is probably fine. We got some decent removal. Not an incredible deck, but I can see it getting a couple of wins at least. Which is all that we can ask for it. Yeah, from it even. Alright, round 1 against Da Pikester. What up? Alright, this looks pretty solid to me. Keep. Starting with a Magitech is a little concerning. Alright, so let's go Saz's. Forest. World map. We'll go get a swamp with it. They're gonna summon for the 2. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Do I want to just fire this off now before they can get their other Magitech? I guess I probably do. Just to nice them a card and a little bit of damage. And anything to slow down these kinds of Boros beats decks. Paladin's Arms, sure. Let's go the Eject. Okay. So we're going to take 5 here. If they have a pump spell and we take 6 and they block, that is okay. They flip it rather. It's fine. Yep. So here I'm torn between, do I play the Quinoa and the Grand Pulse Ochu, or do I play the Ultimecia? I mean, let's just start by swinging. Make them chuck their last card. Take action, of course. Okay, it was just a land, that's fine. I think I'd rather play the Ultimecia here. Just get him a little on the concerned side. I think I don't want the Chocobo at this stage, and that has flashback, so it's kind of a draw 2 there, sort of thing. And it's 4 cards now, graveyard. We're a little way off being able to flip this, but you know, not as crazy far as you might think. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy just trading here. It's fine. We're dealing 7 to them this turn. Yeah. Nice. That is pretty tasty there. Let's play the Quinoa and the Grand Pulse. And I don't think we need to Chocobo kick. So this dies next turn and they sack 2 creatures of their choice, which, you know, is unfortunate because we're not quite there in terms of killing them, I mean. It would be nice if they, like, played a creature. Yeah, or even just equipping here is really solid for us, because they are spending mana on something that is then going to be destroyed next turn. Are they going to swing in? Okay. I think I'm just taking the 5 here. Yeah, cool. Not sure why they chose that particular moment to resign, but I think that was a resign angle for the OP. I mean, look, that went okay. Went a little better than I would have normally expect from this deck, honestly. We got all of our colors quite easily and so on, but anyway. Speaking of getting out colors easily, no, this is actually fine. So we can Precious for the blue if we haven't got it by then. And on the draw, it's a pretty good chance. We will keep. Playing a forest first, yes, good. Hit him with the hello. I'd rather not use the Vincent's Limit Break on my Chocobo because it loses its counters. And it's actually quite nice on the Lock Coal as well, if I can get that off. And let's actually get the tap land. Chonk in for 4, pretty solid. Next turn we can hold up Lock Coal and Limit Break. Oh wow, okay. Soloed by Precious Wanderings. Rank back up to Platinum 2. And a kind of surprising 2-0 on the board. Let us keep it going. I mean, it's possible this deck is better than I think it is, but I don't think it's better than I think it is, which I guess is kind of definitional. Okay. I think we keep this with the world map. And various plays in black. Like, it depends if we draw a green source here, which we do. I'm just going to play this out. And then next turn we can hit this for a... what's it called? You know. The blue one. Do I want to play the Salvagers here? I guess I will. We've got enough action. We don't have any green cards in hand. I mean, blue cards in hand. Okay, looks like they're on a Esper nonsense kind of situation. And what's quite fun is that we can just -2/-2 it here if they block. Yeah, we don't have to sack anything here. And I think I'm just playing the Gubu. I just want to stay on the board here. The world map will be ready when we want it. Okay, that is quite a relief. Well, not a relief, but it's a good thing to see. Playing the tap land as well. I should have cracked the world map first. That was silly. Just thinking if I want to get the tap land here. If I don't, I can play the Dire-Rat. If I do, I get the tap land. It's not a huge issue, but I guess I'll just get the island. So yeah, definitely missed a point of damage there that I should have got. Do I want to hold up overkill is my question. I think I'd rather get this guy out there. I could have Ultima, right? If they play a Plains and Ultima, then we're in a lot of trouble here. But otherwise, they are in a lot of trouble themselves. You know what else would be funny? I can swing in for 7, overkill my own rat, and then sack my treasure to drain them for the last 2. That would be pretty funny. I almost hope that I get to do that. Okay, well they gained 3 there, so that is a good start for them. Now, if I swing in, what are they blocking? I guess let's just do it pre. Yeah, so now actually an Ultima kills them because of the Bhed Salvagers ability. They need to play 2 blockers or 2 bits of removal here. And actually, again, 2 bits of removal kills them. Looks like that's all they've got, so that should be a good game, I think. Let's see. They could have the indestructible and gain life trick. Seven mana to flip. So if they have a removal for my Bhed Salvagers, then they take one for that dying and then take three. Yeah, over here, so they're still dead here. Good game, what is 10? They really thought about that a lot. To little avail. Okay. 3-0 here. It's a nice start for the deck. Let's see if we can get a couple more. It's interesting. There's this Ravnica Phyrexian Invasion flavor tip or whatever. I feel like, you know, where's the Final Fantasy content? All right, nice easy keep here. Notably, two of our things are unplayable without a creature in play, but we're also in the draw here, so there's a reasonable chance that we draw something to play on 2. And they've mulliganed, which we love to see. Plus I've got the world map, which, you know, guarantees that we get that at some point. Precious is not exactly what I'm excited to see here, but it's a good card. One that I'm generally open to having. And the Dire Rat here. Let's just get that out. Okay. Land there is quite nice. I think I'm just playing this here. So, next turn, I probably want to Precious Wanderings. Could just overkill their Rook turret. Let's crack this and get an island. Then we can hold up the other stuff. Yeah. So hopefully they like equip the Thief's Knife onto the Rook turret. Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, I messed that up. I messed that up. So now the Thief's Knife's still equipped. That's really unfortunate. Okay. Note to self, don't do that. And here I've messed it up once again. I just said Kupo. Don't appreciate that. Don't know what it means, but I don't appreciate it. I'm really pissed off about them still having the Thieves' Knife equipped there. Okay, that's also bad. That's also bad. So what are they going to tap down here? The Salvagers, I guess? Oh, they can't attack, can they? Alright. So I'm kind of tempted to swing in here and use my Precious Wanderings. Could potentially use Limit Break as well. And then Chocobo Kick to clean something up at the end. Yeah, that seems good to me. Let's see what they do. Okay. So I can Precious Wanderings, make this a 3/4, and then Limit Break it to make it a bigger than that. So wait, it'll be a 5/2, it'll be a 6/3 that comes back. So maybe I just want to put the counter on the Chocobo. Six, 3. I can kill the ship, I guess, or the Sentinel. It doesn't really matter. They're both quite annoying. So yeah, let's just put it on the Chocobo. And I guess let's kill the cargo ship. Just getting rid of the flyer and the artifact. So, unfortunately, they do get to hit us with the Thief's Knife here. But next turn we should be able to take out the Titus. They might want to keep the Scorpion Sentinel back here, honestly. Yep, it's a good one. Only one planes here is quite nice, though. Means they can't go search up more Magitex. Dude, why aren't you attacking with the Titus? Okay. They just hit infinite islands. I mean, it looks like they've got something else they can do here. Move the Thief's Knife, yeah, fair enough. Do I actually want to use the kicker here? I guess I probably do. Just for the extra counter on the Chocobo. Yep. Reasonable chump. I'm just going to keep swinging with my Chocobo. So yeah, now they get the Thieves' Knife on the Gala Cat, and we're in a bit of trouble. Comes a 4/4 Vigilance Flyer that draws them a card. So here I think I swing in, and if they want to trade with the Gaelic Cat, they can? Is that crazy? Yeah, they might just chump with the Scorpion here. Yeah. I mean, heck it, I'm going to keep playing it out. Yeah, now it's just a 2-4, which actually helps me quite a lot in terms of rate of killings. But the drawing a card, infinite cards here is really annoying. Rook turret, rough. Oof. Alright, we are officially in some trouble here. I mean, they're doing the artifacts thing for sure. Can't help but feel that if I had successfully overkilled at the right moment with that thing, we'd be in a lot better shape. Just gonna chump with that guy, yep. If we can find a piece of removal, we're in a lot better spot. We have quite a bit. We've used our removal and our Vane's Treachery, I think. No Vane's Treachery. I mean, Inject is also not a bad one. They're losing a lot of material here. They don't lose anything by swinging because it's got Vigilance. Of course, they're drawing. 17 cards left in their deck. Magitech Infantry, sure. Oh. Okay, that's actually really bad for me. If I swing for this with the Sazhes, and they chump with the Magitech, or I swing with the Ject and they chump with the Magitech, or they trade. Though, yeah, it's when it deals combat damage. Let's do it. If they can deal an extra point of damage next turn, then so be it. I guess maybe I should have swung with both and hit them for 8 and gotten rid of one of their cards. That was probably a better option, actually. Okay, that should be good game. Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, so if I'd swung with both there, they would be on 3, and we could probably just hit them down by, like, swinging in, and they would have to chump, you know? When we'd get some treasures. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have hit with both there. Okay, and a forest is not going to do it. That sucks. Yeah, I think we could have won that one, but I punted. Rip, rip, rip. But we are 3-1. Look, it's cool that it was a punt and that the deck could have gotten there, you know? Yeah, so if we'd swung with both there, and they double block the Ject, and I kill the Magitech, hit them for 8, they lose one because the Ject dies, Or on 2, I can just sack my treasure, swing in with the Dire Rat, sack the treasure. Yeah, that's a shame. I think that was just a face-up win there. Oh well. On to the next one. With Ripta the Mighty. No swamps is kind of unfortunate. And no way to get it. We have a play on 1, we have a play on 5. I think this is a mulligan. It's kind of sad. Alright, well, I'll keep this and I'll dunk the Ultimecia here, I think. So we can push his Wanderings here at least. Assuming that we ever draw a 3rd land, which, you know, I think we probably will at some point. And how good's that? So I guess my question is, do we push his Wanderings now? And I think we probably do, rather than play the Lock Coal. Just get in for a load of damage. They're stuck on lands. Hit him for 8 on turn 3. It's alright. I just want to play this one. I got Trample next turn, and they're kind of screwed. Do I want to take out the Ahriman now? Trade it for 4 damage? I guess not. No. I think they're pretty close to dead on board here. Oh. Womp womp. Well, I'd say that was a good mulligan. Nice, quick aggro game from this 3-color control deck. Is it control? I don't know. I guess it's just mid-range. That's the secret to limited. It's all just mid-range. 4-1. I mean, this has been a pretty solid draft. I said before I was having some tech issues. Basically, I had started recording a video doing a Boris equipment deck, and the screen kept flickering black. It was excruciatingly annoying. It actually hasn't affected the video at all, but I was just tilted like crazy. Plus, I was getting romped, which is a separate issue, but... I can't remember what my point was about that. It was really annoying, I guess, it's really the fundamental point that I'm making. It was a bad draft. It's the first draft done in a couple of days. It's nice to be getting some reasonable results here from this one. And, you know, this is much more the kind of deck that I enjoy drafting as well. Okay, looks pretty good to me. It's just a keep for a creature on 3. But we can play the Veins if we want. We've got a couple of turns to draw something. And we can cycle the Balam. Okay, that was one of the worst draws in the deck. And once again, one of the worst draws in the deck. Thinking about whether I want to cycle or Vane's Treachery. So Vane's Treachery saves us a bit of damage. This is pretty far from being cast, but also it thins out the deck. I'm just going to be super mad if we draw another Another forest here. I'm going to be mad about that either way, though, so that being mad about it isn't like a reasonable basis for the decision making. I think I will. Yeah, it makes it way less likely that we draw a land. Well, fuck me, I guess. Alright, well, here's our pointless quinoa. Yep, use your Vane's treachery. Whatever it is you got. Or that. Yep. Okay. Well, we're pretty screwed here. That's a nice draw. I don't really want to use it on either of these two things, but I'm going to have to. Get in for 2. Good thing about this is it costs 6 to equip, so it's a while away off that. Okay, and a swamp cycle. It's fine. Toggle. Wow, more lands is brutal, but let's get rid of that guy. Do not want him staying on the battlefield, but yeah, I mean, we're just super screwed here. Drawn a lot of lands. Eight out of 17 lands in like 6 cards, whatever. No, I guess not, because some of them are now opening hand, but yeah, pretty unlucky. And literally no creatures. Next turn I could have played the T-Rexer, I should have kept that. I'm gonna swallow it in Leviathans. Okay. Yep. Well, good game. Sure. Why wouldn't you just have a Lunar Whale there as well? Alright, now I'm gonna keep these in my hand, even though, yeah, we're dead in 2 turns here. Keep them in my hand to get away with Lock Coal. I mean, I guess we've got some lifelink here. What have you got on the top, my friend? Is it an overkill for my Lock Coal? Grand Pulse. Wow, that sucks. And a Tifa. Oh my gosh. Tifa and Torgal is really... That's a nice combo there. Okay, Chocobo kick here. I actually want to double... And I think I need to take out the Tifa. I want to double because it gives us twice as much life back, which means we live for literally 1 more turn. Unless they have a magic damper here. But also they've got the Marlborough in hand that they can just play. So we are what I would call seriously screwed. Do I want to swing with the Lock Coal, trade for the Grand Pulse? I guess I do. Get the life back. Obviously the Lock Coal has a lot of upside if I can keep it around to hit them, but we're just like on short-term survival issues here. Go down to 5 and then the Marlborough gets us down further than that. Lose 2, discard 1. Okay. Well, those 3 cards wouldn't have really helped here, but we did need to draw something other than a swamp, so that's a good game. Disappointing, but that's all right. We got a little bit flooded there. They had nice draw, nice cards. We were, I'm not saying close to stabilized, but we were almost close to stabilized there. But, oh well. 4 and 2. Let's see if we can bust out one more win. I'm not going to be too greedy. One more win. I think 4 is, you know, okay for this deck. I think 5, I'd be pretty happy with it. Asparagus. That's a pretty good name. I like that. And, you know, I'm going to keep it. We've got a 2, we've got a 3, and we've got more forests in the deck than anything else. The lock coal actually helps. I mean, even the diorite kind of helps. If it dies, we can use it to cast the Precious Wanderings. Torgal. What's with all these Torgals, you know? It would be cooler if they weren't playing Torgals. Okay. I'm going to swing in. They should be very sus and not block, but if they block with the item shopkeep, I can pressures, and otherwise let's play the lock coal here. The next turn we can Chocobo kick the Torgal, or if they play something big, we can Chocobo kick that, except they're going to get rid of it. Thunder Magic, yep, fair enough. Oh, they are going to block? Alright. Kind of surprises me. I guess maybe they feel like they don't need the ramp at this stage. Yeah, but I'm going to do this anyway. We just need another forest. Let's get the tap land. Make it a 3-3. Take a bunch more damage this turn. Okay. It's not very cool, if you ask me. Neither is that. No. Not that one. Oops. Yeah, we want to get back a swamp just because we're like short on green sources. I don't want to accidentally mess something up here. Gonna hang back here. Okay, cycling the crush there feels good to me. Huh, alright. Don't mind seeing that. And they swing here. I'm just going to trade. We just want to keep the board clear. Got a Geisel Greens in the yard. Yeah, nice. Okay, well, it's not really what I wanted to see, but it's fine. No, let's go no attacks. Let's play that. And end of turn, I will crack it. I think they've got something big in their hand, unfortunately. Yeah, that'll do it. Equipped creatures you control have haste. Whenever a non-token equipment you control enters, make a copy of it, except it is cheaper and it gets sacrificed. Alright, that's pretty cool. And a Bard's Bow. Alright, so get 2 of those. It's really just a 3/3 with haste and a 3/3 with haste that gets sacked. So we are in a bunch of trouble here. That's my conclusion. They should definitely attack with this one. Yep. No, I guess not. I guess let's just take the 6. We're basically screwed here anyway. So, I'm pretty sure I don't have any more tap lands left. Go get a forest. And that's not going to do it. Yeah. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. But, look, we had a pretty good run. Did we just end up at exactly the same rank we were at? Maybe, that can't be right. I'm 4 and 3. It must be up one pip of a rank. But, look, I think this deck was okay. I think it performed about as well as we could hope. We went off with eject briefly. Never got any hits in with the lock. I think this was just fine. And yeah, the result speaks to that. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.